What looks like just a normal day at the park is actually much more for 6-year-old Colt Cowell from Pamlico County.
Now you can't even tell. I mean, the whole right side was affected, and he's in kindergarten this year.
3 years ago, Colt was in the fight of his life.
Colt started complaining one Friday night of a headache, just randomly complained of a headache. And by Saturday morning, he started closing an eye and was just walking along the walls to walk. And so we actually went to the first doctor, who told us that there was nothing wrong with Colt. I knew that something was wrong. So that was on a Saturday, and Tuesday we got a second opinion.
That second opinion came from doctors at the James and Connie Maynard Children's Hospital, where Lauren Cowell says she'll never forget hearing them say her son had a brain tumor.
They found Colt's golf ball-sized tumor on an MRI and told us that we needed emergency surgery right then, and that if I had waited any longer than what we had, that Colt would not be here.
The surgery took 10.5 hours.
Honestly, it's the longest day of our life.
The surgery to remove the tumor was successful, but the fight was far from over.
He was able to get 95%, maybe almost all of the tumor, and so now it's just a wait and see. That Colt would be on a breathing tube, and the next days would be very hard for us to see what parts of the brain were affected after manipulating the tumor and everything. So
days later, Colt was awake but unable to walk, talk, or even move.
We started learning how to walk again, learning how to talk. And so we spent 12 days in PICU, 3 days in KISU, and 14 days in inpatient pediatric rehab.
In total, Colt went through 3 surgeries, 30 cycles of radiation on the brain and spine, and more than 55 weeks of chemotherapy. And while going through this journey was unimaginable for the Cowell family, who also had a newborn at home, they say the experience at the James and Connie Maynard Children's Hospital was one they'll never forget.
I can't even. They have exceeded every expectation that I have ever had about any healthcare facility. They set it up where Colt had just learned to swim prior to going to the hospital, so they incorporated swim therapy into his rehabilitation.
And it's the extra touches kids have available to them that sticks out in Colt's mind.
The Mickey car. It's like a Power Wheel that you get to drive around the hospital.
Now 6 years old, Colt is officially in remission.
Calls it his hospital, so when we're going somewhere, he's like, am I going to my hospital?
Colt and his family will continue to deal with the side effects from his treatment, but they say they're just happy he's still here.
He has suffered bilateral hearing loss because of the chemo, so he wears his hearing aids. He has bilateral cataracts now from all the radiation and the steroids. And he has short-term memory loss, but I hate even complaining about his side effects because he's here, I can't. I'm very grateful, and besides those, he's awesome.